Hello fashion lovers, so today we are doing our basic bodies first. So here I have hip 40. I will divide it by 4 in order to get both the front and the back together. So if I divide 40 by 4, it gives me 10 plus 2 is 12. So I'm going to measure 12 for the front, 12 for the back. So I'm trying to draft here both the front and the back panel together, but we will first do the front. So why we are doing this, I repeat again, is the biggest part or the biggest measurement of your blouse. If it is bust that is bigger than your hip, you use your bust to do the box measurement. That is, if your box, let's assume your bust is bust 50 and your hip is 45, you will use your bust to measure in order to get this box. It's called blouse box or bodice block. Yeah. So right now I've gotten that. The next is to take my measurements. My shoulder to nipple is 10, my shoulder to waist is 16, then my blouse length is 23. But standard blouse length is between 24 and 23 inches. 24 and 23 inches. Sometimes, if the person is taller, you can choose to increase it by extra 1 inch, which is 26, but it shouldn't be more than that. So here I'm marking out all the horizontal line, my bust line, my waistline, and my blouse length. To get your armhole, you go up by 2 inches from your bust line. Go up by 2 inches from your bust. Most times this is standard. Some people do 1.5, but I've tried 2 inches and it worked for me. So from your bust to get your armhole line, just go up by 2 inches. So right now, I am leveling all the lines. My chest line, my bust line, my waistline, and my blouse length. Then I went up to also write down my shoulder line. Then this place, don't get confused, is also the folded part of your blouse. So I always like to label it folded part. So you know that front is always folded. The next thing I did here, I took my shoulder measurement, which is 8. I measured it at the shoulder line and also at the chest line. Then I draw a straight line to connect it. Why I'm taking it in both ways is in order to have a straight line. So I opened my neckline with 3x3. They call it standard, but it still varies. It still varies. There are people that if you use 3x3, man, it's going to choke them. But if you use maybe 3.5 by 3, it's okay. So I also did my shoulder slant by 1 inch. I came down by 1 inch. Then in order to get my armhole curve, I divided from that 1 inch, I divided it by 2, which is 3.5. I went in by half an inch. Then I first connected with a straight line, then the curve. This is the best way to get a perfect armhole, then the curve. Then the next thing you have to do right now is to take in your nipple to nipple measurement. Mine here is 8, divided by 2 is 4. So I mark at the bust line, waistline, and also at the blouse length, and I connected them with a straight line. Remember, is your nipple to measurement. So now I'm taking in my dart. For big size, I do one on both sides, but this person I'm doing 0.75 on both sides. Then I came up from the blouse length by 3 inches. From the bust, I came down by 1. This is to avoid any sharp points, and then taking the dart seamlessly. It will not affect your hip measurement. That's your blouse length. And for the bust part, you will not have a pointy or sharp point on your bust. So after this, I'm going to go ahead to take in my measurements. So right now, my bust is 38. Divide by 4 is 9.5. So I can choose to use my tape. For the new bees, you can still use your tape to divide your measurements and get it accurately. Most times I even prefer it other than using the calculators. So here now you have to use that iron edge to fold into 38. Where you see 38, fold it in, press it down, then straighten it on the other side, press it down. You will see the half. This is divided by 2. Half of 38 is 19. Now you have to divide again by 2 because you've done the first 2. So do the second 2. Divide it again by 2. It will give us 9.5. This is another easy way if you don't have a calculator around in order to do that. So now we've gotten the 9.5. You can see it. Then you impute it on your chest line first. Mark it on your chest line first. Then take it down to your bust line, take it down to your bust line. So having done this, the next thing is to take in your waist measurement. My waist is 26. 26 divided by 2 is 4. Divide by 4 rather is 6.5. Now that's 6.5 plus what you have at the dart. My dart is 1.5, which 1.5 plus 6.5 is going to give me 8. So I will measure from the beginning of this folded part, and I will measure. That will be 8 inches. Then I will mark the 8 inches. Then I'll go down to my blouse length. My hip is 40 inches. Divide by 4 is 10. Then I will mark the 10. Then I will take my rule and connect all these points we have made. Connect them using a straight line. Don't bother going through trying to use a curve for the hem of your blouse. Don't bother for now. Use all through a straight line. Then go up by 1 inch to eliminate any sharp points, because if you don't eliminate this, it's going to come out sharp. So it's supposed to have a curve effect. Now bring your curve and then place it. You know, one of the reasons why we have these numbers is for you to also note the number where you started your curve. Use the same number for your back when you want to curve. So here I have about 36. I will now curve. Sorry, my curve shifted, so just I went in again to reblend it. Please, all these things we need to be very careful doing them. So that being done, so this is what we have for our front panel. This is all we have for our front bodice block. So the next is to go over and impute our bust dart. So right now the difference between our front and our back length is 1.5. The front length is 16.5, while the back length is 15. So 15 minus 16.5 is 1.5. So at the bust point, I come down by 1.5 and I draw a straight line to connect to the bust point. The reason why we are doing this is to have a very good fit. Once you put on your dress, it will give you a very nice fit. So right now I'm labeling. Remember, our bust dart is 1.5. I went up by 2 inches to get my chest line. Then for my armhole, I went in at the middle by 0.5. My shoulder slant, I came down by 1 inch. Then at the hem of my blouse, I came up by 1 inch to eliminate sharp points. Then at the dart legs, I went in by 0.75 on both sides for a slimmer person. But for a plus size, I do 1.1 inch on both sides. Yeah, so the next is to move over to the back. So the back, I came down by 10 inch for the shoulder to nipple point, shoulder to waist 15, then shoulder to the length of the blouse is 21.5. Why? Because I removed 1.5. That's the difference between that front and the back. Please don't make the mistake of still having the same blouse length. Always eliminate 1.5 or any value you got as the difference at your waist. Always take it out at the back so that everything will rhyme when you cut out your patterns. Everything will rhyme. So right now I'm taking in my neckline. I went in by 3 and I came down by 1.5. Then I connect with this curve. Look at how I'm placing this curve. Another thing to note, please, if the wideness of your front neckline is 3, make sure the back width is also 3. Make sure it's also 3. Then the back, the depth can be anything you want, 5, 6, 7 or whatever. So I did the same thing. I went up by 2 to get the chest line. Then here I'm marking 8 inches for my shoulder line, and I drew a straight line to connect these points. Then I also came down by 1 inch for a shoulder drop in or a shoulder slant. So I also have to get the midpoint and then went in by 0.25. Remember, in front we went in by half, but this time around we are going in by 0.25 to connect with a curve for our armhole for the back. It's not supposed to be the same with the front. So now I'm connecting my 1 inch shoulder slant. So this is what we have. So the next thing we are going to do right now is to eliminate zipper bulge. Go in by 1 inch at your waist. Connect with a straight line to the neck point and also to the hem. Slant line. Please always remember that why we are marking this out is because it's going to be cut out. It's no longer part of your measurement. So now I'm labeling my chest line, my bust line, my waistline, and the hem of my blouse. Please note that the front length must not be equal with the back length. It must be the difference you have between your back length and your front length. So now I'm imputing my nipple to nipple, which is 8 divided by 2 is 4. I marked it at the bust line, at the waistline, and I took a straight line to connect. So right now I'm taking 0.5 inch on both sides for my dart leg. Remember, in front we came down by 1, but at the back we are going up by 1. For front we came down by 1, at the back we came. So for the front, at the hem part we went up by 3, but at the back we are going up by 2. So I repeat again, for your dart leg, for the back is 0.5, I'm opening it with, then I'm going above the bust line by 1 inch, then I'm coming off from the blouse length by 2 inches for my back. Then I'll start imputing my measurement. My hip is 40 divided by 4 is 10. Then my waist is 26 divided by 4 is 6.5 plus 1 inch is 7.5. Then at my bust is 38 divided by 4 is 9.5. The same 9.5, I also put it at my chest line. Remember, this is our new line. It's no longer the first line we marked because we took in 1 inch for the zipper board in order to eliminate any sharp, any zigzag form of errors we might see at the back of our blouse. So I connected with a straight line and also went up by 1 inch. To have that sharp point eliminated. Remember, we started with this curve at 37, so I'm also placing that same 37 so that it can be in uniform. So this is what we have. I'm also going ahead to mark all the points that we need to take into cognizance. Then with this, our pattern is good to go. Our basic blouse is done.